As you can see, that's good and tight. And that is how you make a PV cable. So this is 12 gauge cable, so I'm gonna go ahead and strip this down to about 1/2 inch in. I like twisting this as I pull this off because it helps, you know, wrap that cable a little bit. It's already twisted, stranded cabling. This cable has been coiled up for quite some time, so it's constantly wanting to recoil, which is slightly annoying. Just like that. Didn't quite get that. There we go. All right. Now, this is going to require a male and a female connector on both ends. The male connector, believe it or not, gets the large connector on the inside, and the female gets the small one. So it kind of will join like so. And then that's your female connector, and this is your male connector. I left my good crimpers at the house. I meant to bring them with me today, but you can still crimp and pinch these with a pair of needle nose pliers like so. There we go, got a little extra light for production. I like saving these just in case, you know, for whatever batteries we get. If they don't have the proper posts, you can connect your battery terminals to these. This is highly recommended if you just have solid posts. Let's get this positive cable. Now inside these, there is waterproof connectors. So you just stick these right through, like so. Do the same thing for the other side. Nope, don't put it on backwards, like that. Threads should always be pointing towards the outside, so this way when you put it back together, it'll screw together. Doesn't matter which one you put on either side, as long as you put the correct connector over. All right, so I'm just going to use these needle nose pliers here. We're going to crimp down up. Also, I like having a long electrode in here. Even though these two pieces are going to jam together, what's going to happen is it's going to allow this to come more into contact. You know, there'll be a shorter gap, if any gap, in between these two electrodes here. So this way we're not carrying all the current in just these little small pieces of aluminum, or that way if we are, it's carrying that current for a smaller section. More contact, it just won't get as hot, less resistance. This is 10 gauge wire, so it can handle up to 30 amps. Most of my PV panels came with 12 gauge cabling on most of the panels, so I am still using that just to connect between the panels. Now it doesn't look very tight, it's not, but we're gonna squeeze that just like so. And oh, that's still a little loose. All right, so let's get in there and we're gonna have to muscle it up a little more. Yeah, that's much better. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. Okay, so like I said, the male, that's the big one, just like so. It'll click in, listen. There you go. And that tightens like so, and that gives you water resistance. Again, that's water resistance, not waterproofing. All right, that's a big one. You want a small one. There we go. See how far that's going to seat in there? There we go. To bring my proper crimper tomorrow. A proper crimper will actually crimp these connections around and back inwards to the copper cabling here, and it does give a better crimp. It is tighter. However, just test out whatever you do if you don't have the proper type of crimper tool. You can even use a small hammer and a punch to kind of just tap this in, kind of locks it in. But as you can see, that's good and tight. All right, here's our female. You see there's a metal sleeve in there, and that's just simply to create more contact area. And it locks in like so. All right, and that is how you make a PV cable. And see, if these were to go together, locks in like so. Now, an additional is if you ever, like say you've got your panels and you don't have them connected, or you have all the cabling connected, but say you've got these cables, connected on one end and then disconnected on the other, highly recommend that y'all go ahead and take a connector that's not being used, just for safety's sake, and just plug it in, and that'll keep that from anything trying to get connected or you mistakenly connecting it when not needing.